Henyard says she is endorsing a new board, but not announcing who they are just yet, instead promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by the FBI.
Stories new at 6. Embattled Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard is mounting a re-election bid. Henyard made the announcement in a post on her Facebook page.
Chaos, corruption, and power struggles dominate Dalton, Illinois, as Mayor Tiffany Henyard faces accusations of financial mismanagement, FBI investigations, and eviction drama. From extravagant spending of public funds to clashes with trustees and defiant Facebook rants, Henyard's grip on leadership is crumbling. With elections looming and her opponents rallying for change, the stakes are higher than ever. Will the mounting controversies bring her reign to an end, or will she once again defy the odds and secure her place in power? Share your thoughts below and stay tuned as this high-stakes political saga unfolds. Hey guys, I am Olivia. Welcome to Red Rumbles, a place where the chaos, drama, and scandal take center stage. Today, we're tackling a storm rocking Dalton. Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard's leadership is under fire with accusations of corruption, financial chaos, and even an FBI investigation. How did it come to this? And what's next for the so-called super mayor? Stick around as we break it all down. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the latest twists in these explosive stories. Tiffany Henyard once stood as a dominant figure in the south suburbs of Chicago, wielding power not only as the mayor of Dalton, but also as the supervisor of Thornton Township. Known for her larger-than-life persona and self-proclaimed title of super mayor, Henyard's reign has quickly spiraled into chaos.
I am about to address some things as the supervisor. There will be no comments, there won't be anything, it'll just be me addressing you guys to tell you what's going on.
What was once a promising political career is now tangled in a web of corruption allegations, financial mismanagement, and even legal disputes. The FBI has reportedly served subpoenas related to her financial dealings, putting her under intense scrutiny. Despite the pressure, Henyard has announced her bid for re-election in 2025. But what does her future look like now that she's facing an increasing number of accusations? The accusations surrounding Henyard's spending habits have caught the attention of both residents and government officials. It's one thing for a public figure to be lavish with their spending, but Henyard's use of taxpayer money has raised serious concerns.
Several new developments in south suburban Dalton today. First, the state comptroller has suspended some payments to the village because it has failed to follow the law by providing financial reports.
From lavish parties featuring big-name musical acts to her face plastered on banners and billboards across Dalton, it's been clear that Henyard's financial priorities were questionable, to say the least. Former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot's team was hired to investigate Dalton's finances, and the findings were shocking. The village's general fund went from a healthy $5 million to a staggering $3 million deficit in just 2 years under Henyard's leadership. How does a small suburban town burn through that much money in such a short time? The answers are as outlandish as you'd expect. Thousands of dollars spent on Amazon orders, luxury travel, and other lavish expenses. In January 2023, Henyard's office racked up over $40,000 in Amazon purchases in a single day. That's right, $40,000 in one day. How is this possible? And who is holding her accountable?
Henyard's landlord showed up here to see her tenant in person after she says Henyard has been dodging both her and rent payments for months.
Henyard's financial troubles don't stop at Dalton. As supervisor of Thornton Township, Henyard also draws a hefty salary of over $200,000 a year. But critics say her time is split too thin, and her performance at both jobs is questionable at best. She is essentially double-dipping, with 2 government positions and 2 paychecks. Meanwhile, questions about transparency have emerged, especially regarding her handling of finances in both Dalton and Thornton Township. Trustees from Thornton Township have repeatedly clashed with Henyard over her lack of transparency. In one instance, Trustees Christopher Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle boycotted a meeting over safety concerns and an unvetted agenda. With them absent, there was no quorum, and Henyard's plan to open a new township bank account was put on hold. Trustees fear this move would give Henyard unchecked access to township funds, raising even more concerns about her management style. The lack of transparency is so severe that one trustee, Carmen Carlisle, publicly stated that the community deserves more than just cakes and speeches, and that progress should be measured by action, not political theatrics. The tension between Henyard and the Board of Trustees is palpable. In recent months, there have been several meetings where Henyard was the only one in attendance, with trustees citing safety concerns or other issues as their reasons for staying away. When the meetings do go forward, they often devolve into shouting matches, accusations of corruption, and personal attacks. Henyard's repeated claims of being the victim of political sabotage have only fueled the fire, further fracturing the already tenuous relationships between her and the trustees. During one of her infamous Facebook Live broadcasts, Henyard lashed out, accusing her opponents of attempting to sabotage her at every turn.
You could feel the anger tonight at a Board of Trustees meeting in Thornton Township. The board and citizens looking for accountability to their finances, while the township supervisor...
She's clearly not one to go down without a fight, even as her support continues to dwindle. But with the upcoming election just around the corner, the real question is whether her supporters will stick with her, despite the mounting scandal. Despite all the controversies and criticisms, Henyard remains defiant. She has officially launched her re-election campaign for mayor of Dolton, and she's determined to fight on, even with the FBI investigation looming over her. In a recent public meeting, she boldly compared herself to civil rights icons, stating, "I am the 21st century Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Harriet Tubman." Yes, you heard that correctly. Henyard, amid one of the most dramatic political battles in recent memory, has compared herself to some of the most iconic figures in American history. Some of her supporters may admire this fiery rhetoric, but others view it as an out-of-touch attempt to deflect attention from her mounting legal and financial troubles. Henyard's bold stance continues to resonate with her loyal base, who view her as a fighter against the establishment. She may be facing mounting public outrage, but there are still many who see her as a symbol of defiance against a corrupt political system. Whether that will be enough to carry her through the 2025 election remains to be seen. But one thing is certain: Henyard is not backing down without a fight. As if things weren't complicated enough, Henyard's personal life has also come under fire. She and her boyfriend, Camel Woods, are being sued by their landlord for unpaid rent on a house in Dolton. Despite earning a combined income of nearly $400,000 a year, the couple allegedly hasn't paid rent since August, and reports claim that they even changed the locks on the property, preventing the landlord from accessing the house. This has sparked further outrage among Dolton residents, who feel that Henyard's disregard for personal responsibility is a reflection of her leadership style.
A Dolton home that she leased to Mayor Tiffany Henyard has filed eviction papers. She says Henyard has not paid her rent, and now she wants
The landlord, once a close friend of Henyard's, has publicly expressed regret for renting to the mayor, calling her behavior irresponsible, and pointing out that karma will eventually catch up to her. Henyard, however, has refused to take responsibility for the situation, and has instead used her Facebook platform to accuse her critics of being part of a larger political conspiracy against her. Her continued refusal to acknowledge her actions, coupled with her persistent threats of legal action against those who criticize her, only adds fuel to the fire. With elections for Dolton mayor and Thornton Township supervisor just months away, Henyard's political career is hanging by a thread. Losing either position would be a devastating blow to her reputation and finances. The stakes could not be higher for Henyard, as her opponents are using her numerous scandals to rally support for change. Trustee Jason House is running against Henyard on a platform of transparency and financial accountability.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
Calling out the mayor for her reckless spending and lack of leadership. House has repeatedly accused Henyard of making it unnecessarily difficult for small businesses to operate in Dolton, and he's positioning himself as the voice of reason in a town that is desperate for a fresh start. Meanwhile, in Thornton Township, Harvey Mayor Christopher Clark is challenging Henyard for the supervisor position, hoping to unseat her and bring a new era of leadership to the township. Both races are shaping up to be high-stakes battles, with Henyard's opponents rallying support from a community eager for change. But even with all the controversy surrounding her, Henyard's loyal supporters are still standing by her, and if enough candidates enter the races, it's possible that the vote could be split in her favor. As Henyard's re-election campaign picks up steam, the FBI investigation continues to loom large. While no charges have been filed yet, subpoenas have been served, and the investigation is reportedly intensifying. Rumors have circulated that some of Henyard's former allies may be cooperating with authorities, providing evidence that could lead to criminal charges. If that happens, it could signal the end of Henyard's political career and possibly her freedom. Many residents are wondering how Henyard has managed to avoid arrest up until now. One frustrated citizen even asked, "How is she not in handcuffs yet?" It's clear that public frustration is at an all-time high, and Henyard's supporters are growing fewer by the day. The clock is ticking, and the pressure is mounting. So what's next for Tiffany Henyard? Will she manage to hold onto her positions in Dolton and Thornton Township? Or will the mounting investigations and scandals finally catch up to her? As the election draws closer, the stakes couldn't be higher. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think Henyard will defy the odds once again, or is her political career coming to an end? Stay tuned for more updates on this ongoing saga, and don't forget to subscribe to Red Rumbles for all the latest news and controversies. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.